Hi y'all. Okay, so today how many days are we until Christmas? Alexa, how many days until Christmas? What? Okay, so we are under 80 days, all right? So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about where I'm at with our Christmas prep. And if this is the first video you've ever seen, welcome. My name's Stephanie and this is Choosing Simplicity. This is a place where we try to make daily choices to make life a little bit simpler and easier. And isn't that what we're all trying to do here? All right. So today's topic is going to be Christmas and holidays leading up to Christmas. So today's focus is going to be what I'm doing to prepare and be prepared for the holidays leading up to Christmas, as well as the things that I have been doing in order to ensure a simple and calm as it can be, Christmas season for myself and for my family. All right, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about leading up to Christmas and the things that I have been doing in order to ensure that all the holidays, all the burr seasons are enjoyable. Is it perfect? No way, Jose. All right. If you're looking for perfection, this ain't it. And I'm not even gonna front, it is not. And some days are different than others, all right? Right now I'm sitting here, but ahead of me is a mound of laundry I need to fold, which is pretty much my life. Anywho's here's what we're doing so that in case you get so bombarded in December with, the things, right? Sickness, life, all the things, you have already accomplished most of the things that you need to do to make Christmas happen, because I have been sick at Christmas and it was the worst. And my biggest thing was that I had done everything. I had everything prepared and ready. And so it went seamless, all right? And that taught me everything that I needed to know, that I've got to do these things to thank myself later. So moving on. Okay, let's move on. So I'm gonna start with chatting about what I am doing for Halloween, for November, for Thanksgiving, for the things to be prepared for December. So Halloween, what I always do is sit with the kids the first week of October and we plan out what they wanna be. So that is a discussion that we have, and it's kind of like decide, because we need to purchase your things to be the people you want to be. And yeah, that is always kind of a toss up, because if you have children, you know that sometimes they like to change their minds, especially if they're little. We'll see if that sticks. Well, yes, at the beginning of October, I sit with the kids and we decide what they're gonna be, and we start to purchase the items to be that person. So we have done that is done. And then we hope and pray that all works out, right? Children are children, and they're humans, and they can make changes and change their minds, and that's always a journey, all right? The other thing is I usually do a pumpkin party in October every year. Every year since Nash was 2 years old, we have done a pumpkin party. I love my pumpkin party. It's so fun, but we're not gonna be able to do it this year. Every weekend is insane. My kids are now just at that age where they all have things going on. So we're not gonna be able to do a pumpkin party this year. I've already mourned that. I am going to have a pumpkin party for our family and do like a Halloween dinner with I got Halloween pasta, and we'll go to a pumpkin patch and get them pumpkins. And then this year I think we'll just carve the pumpkins and have a pumpkin party night, maybe watch a Halloween movie. So I'm kind of excited about that, because, the kids are just getting older and they're just, they're wanting to do different types of things. So again, coming back to that thought that I had last video, where it's like having that discussion with the kids, like what is important to you guys? And they want to do like the pumpkin patch experience at one certain place that is farther away. And so I was like, okay, it's either that or the pumpkin party. And they chose the pumpkin patch. So we're gonna do that. It'll be fun. Okay, so Halloween is done. That's Halloween, all right? That is it. I've gotten all the things planned for the school parties, for the school things that I needed to do, and so that is all done. We are done. The shopping for Halloween is semi-over, all right? Then we go into November. So again, planning for those months before Christmas is very important because you've got to like figure out your budget and all the things that are going on and make sure that you have those under control before you can, you know, really put in a lot of money into your Christmas budget, right? November, we have Nash's birthday, we have my niece's birthday, and then we also have Thanksgiving, obviously. We're trying to plan our trip to Georgia. We always go there for Thanksgiving. And so kind of planning all of that kind of stuff out. I did have a discussion, and I think it's really important to have discussions with your kids, especially about budget and financing and all the things for the fun, because my son is gonna be 12 and he needs to understand that, like, you know, this is how things work, you know? So we sat down with all the kids, I sat down with all the kids and had a discussion where I was like, listen, last year we did the big amusement park birthdays and they were so great and they were so wonderful, but we cannot do that every year. It wouldn't make it as special if we did it every year, and like financially we can't do it every year. So I had that discussion because they really want to do the epic universe at Universal Studios. So we have a game plan for his birthday, and like that was important to have that discussion where I'm like, guys, listen, here's the deal and this is how much it's going to cost. So like if you want to do an epic day, that's it. You don't get a birthday present, like that's it. You know what I mean? And so he decided, no, I want to do that whenever it's like comes down in price. And then I would like to have like a friend thing, and we'll see. I don't know. He's kind of undecided, so he's going to let me know. But involve your kids in their planning for their birthdays. You know, it doesn't always have to be this huge thing. And I had to get that out of my mind a couple of years ago. Every year I was doing these parties and I was like, man, this is exhausting doing it 3 times a year. And so last year we did amusement park and then like a small little like sleepover or something. And this year we're just doing real chill. Super chill. So I'm excited about that, honestly. We sat down and I sat with each kid and we kind of made a little small wish list of things and started to plan and prep for the idea of what they think they want to ask Santa for and what they'd like to ask us for, or family members. And so that felt really good to get that idea and kind of mold the thought of what everybody wants for Christmas. And I was able to like have that discussion, like this is our budget, this is Santa's budget, and these are the things, and this is how much it ends up being, so what do you choose? So that felt really good. I would really encourage anyone, especially as you have older kids. My kids all are Santa believers here. So basically just chatting with the kids, having that open communication of, you know, this is a realization and what are the expectations. And yeah, anyway, so that felt really good. Sat down, had that discussion, planned out November, planned out the plan and for Thanksgiving and all of the things. My niece is in the Nutcracker again this year, so we definitely want to be in Georgia to see that. There's a lot of financial obligation in November, and so yeah, gotta like figure that all out. Moving into December. All right, so then we get into Christmas, and basically where we're at with that is Sean and I sat down and talked, and I think actually we're going to forego Christmas pictures this year. And I'm kind of sad about that, but honestly, there's no time. The weekend that our photographer is doing her minis, we can't do. So darn, I'm so upset about that, but we're not available. So I think this year I'm just gonna set up my phone and try to take some photos of the kids and us at the beach one night and just let it be what it is. And I may just do the kids this year on our card, and that's fine. So we're going to get rid of that purchase of the family photo situation because unfortunately, unless she opens up another weekend, it's just not going to happen for us. So that stinks, but we can't help that. So that was a bummer, but also okay. Like, she's got to plan around what she can do, and it's just insanity. It's completely insanity. If you have more than like one kid, you know what it's like during these months. Like the weekends are full like 2 months prior. So it's fine, whatever. I still want to do cards. I just might just do the kids in Goldie on the card, which is fine. Like that's totally fine. So the other thing that I did in the last bit of time since the last time we chatted was I started to purchase wrapping goodies for Christmas presents. And Hobby Lobby had a 50% off of wrapping. So I always like to go there and grab a couple things. So this time I grabbed ribbon, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for wrapping. I think I actually this year might do craft paper. I think I mentioned this, I don't know, maybe I didn't. But I'm thinking that what I want to do is for one activity with the kids is do craft paper and have them stamp with paint or just stamps, just make their own wrapping paper. I thought that would be really fun, and so I think we're gonna do that. And then I think I'm just gonna wrap with just plain old wrapping paper or craft paper, or if I can find Christmas craft paper, I'll do that. But I am going with, this year, I'm going with this beautiful green velvet. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I wanted to do this last year, but then I decided to do red, which I loved, but this year I wanted to do green. And I also got this really cute nutcracker green that I really like. So I did that, and it was, like I said, it was 50% off. So I got 5 rolls of 21 feet. No, anyways, I'm done. 21 feet. So I got 5 of those. All right, so math that. And then I got just one of these. They only had one, and so I only got one. I'm gonna go back and check though, because I want another one of these, because this is what I want to use to decorate around the house with. This year I'm gonna do like green and white and beige and just that, and then maybe like pops of red. So I like a classic Christmas. I like a nostalgic Christmas. So yeah, I did that. So that felt really good. Got my mind around that kind of stuff. These are the things that matter to me, all right? They might not matter to you, but they matter to me. I also like the idea of craft paper because I can just use that year round, right? Like if I buy a humongous roll of craft paper, I can use it forever. So the next thing that I wanted to chat about, other than wrapping for Christmas, is the plan that I have for the grandparent gifts. So every year I feel like I never know what to get the grandparents, because we have a Santa picture, and then I put it in a ornament, and then I give them that. But I always like to get them something else. And I usually end up just Amazon priming them something and then sending it. But this year, we are going to be ahead of the game. And if you are one of the grandparents, don't watch this. So pause and then fast forward for a while. But this year what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this place that we have, it's like a pottery painting place. So we need to do that in the next bit of time, because it takes a couple weeks for things to fire and be ready. And I wanna be able to take it for Thanksgiving and have it all wrapped and give it to the grandparents then. So yes, we are going to be doing that. And I'm just gonna let the kids choose, but I'm either gonna do a dish or a mug that's they can do whatever the heck they want to, but whatever they see that they think should be for their grandparents, we're gonna do that. So I'm excited about that, because I feel like that's one thing checked off my list of, that's 3 important gifts that are done then. And when the kids do it, it's they have to like it, because your grandkids did it, you know what I mean? The last thing I wanted to discuss is, once I sat down with the kids, they decided what they want for Christmas and what their plan is for their Christmas presents and the highest priority for them, all right? I am now budgeting and saving to purchase the big gifts because they want something big. I need to sort that out because I'd like to have that ordered by November 1st. What I did was, my daughter, she's really into American Girl right now, and she has been for a couple years. She loves dolls, she loves Barbies, that whole 9 yards. So one of the things that she has been wanting and what she's been playing, she's been making her own, is a school for her dolls. And so from me and Sean, I want to try to find those items, but not pay the American Girl prices. You know what I mean? So I have been scouring Marketplace and Thrift and all of those kind of things to see if I can find one. Because if you know that kids don't play with their toys that hard once they're like the doll things. A lot of times they look pretty much brand new. So I've been scouring that, trying to find some items, and I have found some. I don't want to give them away, but yes, saved hundreds of dollars by going the Marketplace route. And I've done this years past. It's best to find it on Marketplace, all right? It's been always a deal for us is to find stuff like that. It's just a big, big lifesaver and budget saver. So definitely check Marketplace for things for your kids, because I promise you, last year or 2 years ago, I think I found like the wish list item in a box. The person had ordered the wrong color. Their kid wanted a certain different color, and so they couldn't return it. So they were like selling it for 50% off, and I bought it, and I was like, how is this even in real life? But yes, it does happen. Check that out. Put on your like local search, in search of, you can even put a post, and a lot of times people will get back to you. So anywho, yeah, check out Marketplace before purchasing brand new, because half the time you can find brand new items or barely used items for half, if not like 80% off. All right, and just as I've mentioned in my past videos, we are still decluttering. We are still trying to get rid of things, because as we know in our household, it is, if you are asking for things, you have to release things because we have a small home and very little storage. And also it's just that I think that activity is very important in your lifetime to learn, right? That even though that things have had a purpose and wonderful, it's time to release them to somebody else so that they can use them and you can enjoy your new items, you know? So we have been doing that, and I feel like it's been a process. You know, last weekend we got rid of some board games that were like, we couldn't find some of the pieces. I put them up for free, said these pieces are missing, had a couple people literally say, I literally have those pieces and are missing the pieces you have. So I put them out on my curb, they came and grabbed them. I put out toys for the kids. I put out all sorts of stuff that was just in my garage last week. The big thing that I want to focus on in the next 2 weeks is to clean out my garage. It has been so hot, I haven't been able to do that, but I always like to do that before Christmas happens, because we like to sometimes put things in there. And so I need to clean out that garage. So that might be an upcoming video, because it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a real doozy. So that's a big project that I want to get done in the next 2 weeks, and as well as my laundry room. So those are the two things that I need to get done. That's on my to-do list. And like I said, budget and order those big gifts, at least one of them in the next 2 weeks. That is on my to-do list. What is on yours? Let me know what you have accomplished or what you plan to accomplish. I love to hear from you guys. You guys give me great ideas. I absolutely love it. And yeah, let me know below, and we'll see you next time. Love your faces.